Macedonia, a rugged land. A young prince is born. His name? Alexander. Born in 356 BC, his destiny was intertwined with greatness. His father, King Philip II, was a formidable warrior king. Alexander's education was carefully curated. Enter Aristotle, the renowned philosopher. He instilled in Alexander a thirst for knowledge, a love for learning. They explored philosophy, politics, and the natural world. Aristotle recognized the young prince's potential. He saw a mind capable of greatness, but Alexander wasn't confined to the classroom. He was trained in swordsmanship, horsemanship, and the art of war. He excelled in all. At the age of 16, he led his first cavalry charge. 2 years later, he played a pivotal role in the Battle of Chaeronea. This victory secured Macedonian dominance in Greece. When Alexander was 20, tragedy struck. King Philip was assassinated. The weight of the kingdom fell upon Alexander's young shoulders. He ascended the throne, inheriting a powerful army and his father's ambition, the conquest of Persia. The Persian Empire, a vast and ancient power, spanned across Asia Minor. It was a tempting prize for the ambitious young king. Alexander, with unwavering resolve, set his sights on conquering this mighty empire. In 334 BC, Alexander led his army across the Hellespont. This narrow strait separated Europe from Asia. It was a symbolic crossing, marking the beginning of a legendary campaign. His force, though smaller than the Persian army, was highly disciplined and fiercely loyal. They first landed at Troy, a city etched in myth and legend. Here, Alexander paid homage to the heroes of the Trojan War. He viewed himself as their heir, destined for greatness on the battlefield. The Persian response was swift. Satraps, the regional governors of the Persian Empire, gathered their forces. They met Alexander at the river Granicus, confident in their numbers. The Battle of the Granicus would be the first test of Alexander's military genius. The Persian strategy at the Granicus River was simple. They lined up their infantry along the riverbank. Their cavalry, a formidable force, was positioned to charge and overwhelm the Macedonians. But Alexander had other plans. He noticed a weakness in the Persian lines. With lightning speed, he led a cavalry charge, shattering their defenses. The Persian cavalry was routed, their infantry, left exposed and demoralized, was swiftly defeated. Victory at Granicus opened the gates to Asia Minor. City after city fell to Alexander's forces. He offered generous terms to those who surrendered peacefully. Those who resisted faced the full might of his army. Halicarnassus, a heavily fortified city on the Aegean coast, posed a significant challenge. It was defended by Memnon of Rhodes, a skilled Greek mercenary in the service of the Persian king. The siege of Halicarnassus was long and arduous, but Alexander's ingenuity and determination prevailed. The city fell. Memnon, defeated but respected, was allowed to retreat. Section 4. God King of Egypt, a new capital is born. With Asia Minor under his control, Alexander turned southwards. Egypt, the breadbasket of the Persian Empire, beckoned. The Egyptians welcomed Alexander as a liberator. They saw him as a god king, the embodiment of Horus. Memphis opened its gates to Alexander. He was crowned pharaoh. But Alexander had a grander vision. He dreamt of a city that would bear his name. On the shores of the Mediterranean, he chose a strategic location. In 331 BC, Alexandria was founded. It was a testament to Alexander's ambition and vision for a Hellenistic world. Alexandria, with its library and lighthouse, became one of the greatest cities, a symbol of Alexander's enduring legacy, a fusion of cultures and knowledge. Section 5. The Gaugamela Showdown, crushing Darius and the Persian might. While Alexander consolidated his gains in Egypt, Darius III, the Persian king, was amassing a massive army. He was determined to crush the Macedonian upstart and reclaim his lost territories. The two armies met near the village of Gaugamela in present-day Iraq. The Battle of Gaugamela, fought in 331 BC, was one of the most decisive battles in history. Darius's army, vast and imposing, outnumbered Alexander's forces several times over. They even deployed war chariots with scythed wheels, a terrifying spectacle. But Alexander, as always, remained calm and calculated. He exploited gaps in the Persian lines, using his cavalry to devastating effect. Darius, witnessing the destruction of his army, fled the battlefield. His once mighty empire crumbled in the face of Alexander's military genius. The victory at Gaugamela marked the end of the Persian Empire. Alexander entered Babylon, the ancient capital of Mesopotamia, not as a conqueror, but as a liberator. He adopted Persian customs and even married Roxana, a Persian noblewoman, as a gesture of reconciliation. Section 6. At the Edge of the World, Adventures in India. Alexander's thirst for conquest knew no bounds. With Persia subdued, he set his sights eastward, towards the fabled lands of India. In 327 BC, he crossed the Hindu Kush mountains, entering a land of exotic wonders and formidable foes. King Porus of Taxila, a powerful Indian ruler, challenged Alexander's advance. The two armies clashed at the Battle of the Hydaspes River. This battle was unlike anything Alexander had encountered before. He faced war elephants for the first time, massive beasts that instilled fear in his troops. Despite the challenges, Alexander's tactical brilliance shone through. He adapted his strategies, using javelins and archers to weaken the elephants. The Macedonian army, though exhausted and far from home, emerged victorious. Impressed by Porus's courage, Alexander reinstated him as a satrap, a testament to his respect for worthy adversaries. But the victory at Hydaspes came at a cost. Alexander's army, weary from years of campaigning, yearned for home. They had reached the limits of their endurance. Reluctantly, Alexander agreed to turn back. Section 7. Legacy of a legend: Alexander's enduring impact. In 323 BC, after years of relentless campaigning, Alexander the Great returned to Babylon. He was just 32 years old. He had conquered an empire from Greece to India. His name became synonymous with military genius, but his reign was not destined to last. In Babylon, Alexander fell ill and died after 12 days. The cause of his death remains a mystery. His empire was divided among his generals. These generals established their own kingdoms, ushering in the Hellenistic period. This era spread Greek culture, language, and ideas. Alexander's legacy extends beyond his conquests. He fostered cultural exchange and intellectual curiosity. He left behind a world transformed, blending East and West. His story continues to captivate and inspire.